欢迎收看《家国纵横》，我是康凯。新冠疫情继续在全球肆虐，经济大受打击。安省劳工厅长麦克诺顿接受本台的专访，谈到了省府推出的资助技能发展与学徒培训等政策，希望能帮助到本省的汽车、园艺、农业、建造业等多个行业，加强技术培训的机制与设施，让省民，特别是年轻人和新移民，能够尽快找到学以致用的工作。Hi, Minister. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you so much to take the opportunity to let us know what's the new strategy for your government to help Ontarians. So first, would you like to talk a little bit about how this COVID-19 pandemic affected Ontario labor market?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, Ontario's been hit really hard, just like every other place around the world. I mean, I think back on the first 2 or 3 months when the pandemic hit the province. I mean, we lost 1.1 million jobs. Now, thankfully, 3/4 of those jobs have come back, but there's still a lot of people suffering because of the pandemic. So we're really focused on providing training and ensuring that people get the right skills to find jobs that exist today and are going to exist tomorrow. Secondly, I'd also point out that prior to the pandemic, the province was firing on all cylinders, creating hundreds of thousands of jobs. And prior to COVID, every single day, 200,000 jobs are going unfilled. So we're also ensuring that we have that trained workforce to fill those jobs that are going unfilled every day.
Mm-hmm. So from your knowledge, what kind of challenges has the Ontarians they are facing when they have to go back to work or find a new job?
Well, I mean, I'm responsible, as you know, as Minister of Labor Training and Skills Development to protect the health and safety of all workers. And I can tell you every single day that's been my top priority, protecting millions of people who have remained working throughout the pandemic or who went back to work. And then secondly, on the training side, to move really, really quickly to ensure that we have training programs out there to train those people who were impacted by COVID-19 to get them trained as quickly as possible to fill the jobs that are going unfilled and to start making an income again.
Regarding to the most affected area from your perspective, can you just give us a little bit details or leverage a little bit in what area suffered most?
Well, certainly the hospitality and tourism industry has been impacted. I mean, those small business owners that run restaurants, those banquet hall operators, hotel operators, I mean, that whole industry has been hit very, very, very hard. So I'm really laser focused on helping those thousands of people and those families that have been impacted in those particular sectors to get retrained and upskilled as quickly as possible. So we're rolling out programs. We already have people in class or online taking the training, whether it's to become IT workers, to find work in agriculture or horticulture, advanced manufacturing. I mean, Ford, for example, in Oakville that just announced they're building a brand new plant there and bringing electric vehicles to Ontario to be made. They're hiring people. So it's really taking people that have been hit by the pandemic, giving them the training they need and getting them into work as quickly as possible.
Yeah, just as you mentioned earlier that some of the area will make Ontarians feel very sad because once they are lost, they're never going to go back in some particular career. So how will your ministry to help those Ontarians who are in need to either find a new job or upgrade their training skills?
Well, we announced at the beginning of September that we're investing $37 million to help 15,000 people get the skills needed to find good, meaningful jobs. So we're partnering with career colleges, public colleges and universities and other organizations to help get this training in local communities to meet local job needs that are going unfilled today. So really this is about a local approach to find those workers that have been impacted and get them the training as quickly as possible. I mean, the one thing that I believe in strongly is that jobs change lives. And if people find good, meaningful jobs, it strengthens our families, keeps families together, and also builds stronger communities. So that's the real focus right now.
Mm-hmm. And when you walk across Ontario, what kind of people they request your ministry or the government to help them the most regarding to the jobs, to the employment opportunity?
Well, we're hearing from small businesses, actually right up to large businesses. I mean, I think of just prior to COVID, the announcement we made in Windsor, Ontario, to have 4,000 young people do paid internships in advanced manufacturing facilities, a lot of them in the GTA, of course, but right across the province, to give them the skills and the experience to find careers in manufacturing. I was in Scarborough to launch a project to help our military veterans that have served Canada when they come back to Ontario to get trained for IT jobs. I was in St. Catharines, spoke to a class that started in September, going to be upwards of 100 people trained to become personal support workers. 98% of those PSWs have already been offered jobs, and they're only in month one. So it's a wide range of projects that we're funding to help people get trained. We're working with associations like auto parts associations to long-term care homes to manufacturing facilities down to other small businesses.
Mm-hmm. And since the outbreak starts, different level of governments has done a lot to help not only Ontarians but Canadians. And for example, like on the federal level, we know they promote and delivered different kinds of strategy to make those people who are in an employment status to get through this hard time. But on the other hand, there's some analysis and some mainstream media report that people may reluctant to go back to work because even they don't have work, even though they don't have to work, they still can get funding, get the benefit from the government. So what's your opinion and comments for this situation?
Well, look, I'm a big believer. There's lots of hope and opportunity out there. I mean, the jobs that are going unfilled every day, in many cases, are paying six figures. One of the things that I'm really laser focused on is getting people into the skilled trades, young people. I mean, Premier Ford, I think, is going to be remembered for building more transit like subways than any premier in the history. And we've got to ensure that we have young people with the skilled trades training to fill these jobs. So I would encourage everyone to go out, speak to the businesses. There are jobs out there. We need people to be working, not staying home and collecting CERB. And go to the Employment Ontario Center. We have 700 locations across the province, and they know where the jobs are that exist in the training programs that are available, sometimes free of charge to people.
Mm-hmm. As you mentioned, your ministry delivered the funding for helping people in different areas. So where and how those people who are finding new job or want to get upgrading their skills to get services? I mean, is there any like a government website or any physically location for them to get this kind of service?
Yeah, I would encourage everyone to visit an Employment Ontario Center. We have 700 locations, physical locations across the province, or people can go to ontario.ca and they'll see our recent announcements and the web connections to ensure that people find the training programs that they need.
Mm-hmm. Now we are experiencing the second wave of the pandemic, but do you see any opportunities or do you have any advice for those young people or those newcomers?
Absolutely. One of the responsibilities I also have is for the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program. I have said time and time again, Canada and Ontario is a better place because of people coming from other countries. They bring the skills that many businesses in Ontario are looking for. So we're certainly, working on growing that program to bring more new Canadians to Ontario. But again, there's a lot going on in our ministry. I mean, we announced the $37 million to retrain 15,000 workers. Our big push, and we just announced $75 million last week, is to get thousands of young people into the skilled trades. I mean, I can't tell you how many times people would say to me, I know to become a teacher, I know to become a lawyer, but I have no idea how to become a carpenter or an electrician. And we need people in Ontario to start considering a career in the skilled trades as a first career pathway. And that's one of the things we're also focusing on.
Mm-hmm. And we are about to have 1.5 minutes left. So do you have a specific message for those ethnic groups in Ontario, across the Ontario, including Chinese community?
Absolutely. We're here to help you every step of the way. Premier Ford and I and our government want to work with everyone to ensure that you have the proper skills to participate in this economy. There are a lot of exciting, lucrative, meaningful careers awaiting people, especially young people. And we just need to connect those people to the training and then the jobs that exist. So we're here to help. I encourage everyone to reach out and visit ontario.ca, and we're here to help.
Thank you so much, Minister. With you and your family, have a very safe and sound winter. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and hope to see you all soon.
Thank you. Stay safe. 本期的节目就是这样。各位观众，如果想重温以上的内容，可以登录城市电视的网站，点击节目重温当中家国纵横的链接就可以了。我是康凯，感谢你的收看，我们下期再会。